I love self-improvement. I think of myself as a self-improvement nerd. Like I love feeling that my life is constantly getting better, that I'm constantly reaching milestones, that I'm constantly that I'm always working towards a life that excites me. I love that I get to do that through self-help and self-improvement. Like I do most of the stuff that I do is on my own, right? I don't work with a therapist or I don't work with a coach. It's all like me improving my own life. But I think it can also you can also get to a point where self-improvement becomes self-rejection. Like you're so busy fixing yourself and improving your life that you end up rejecting and denying parts of yourself. And I think that can be a very dangerous thing to do, right? Because to me, the goal of self-help and self-improvement isn't to be perfect. It isn't to deny yourself or to deny the parts of you that are not perfect. You're not. That's not the point. The point is to use everything. I think that's the point of self-help. The point of self-help is to use everything towards your greatest good. Even the parts of you that are not perfect, even the parts of you that you don't love, even the parts of you that you're ashamed of, right? Like we all have experiences that we're scared to share. We all have things that we're scared to admit. We all have things that we're not proud of. And so I think the ultimate goal of self-help in your life and in my life should be to take all of these parts of yourself, the parts that you like, the parts that are in progress, and the parts that you are not too crazy about, and to make it all work towards your highest good. Because we've all seen people that have gone through crazy experiences in their lives and they've done some shameful things and they've have said things that are not the best. They've done things that they're not proud of, and they were somehow able to take those things and take those mistakes and make it part of their bigger story, like make it part of their bigger mission. And they're not rejecting those things that they did, right? Like we all have things that we're struggling with. The point isn't to reject those things or to pretend that they don't exist or that they never happened or to try to sweep everything under the rug. I think the point is to to learn from it if it's a mistake, right? Or if it's something that you're ashamed of, or if you think that you didn't react the right way or the way that you should have, right? The point is to be self-observant and to analyze your mistakes and to be aware of them. But the point isn't to deny that it ever happened. And with time, I think we can all take these parts of ourselves and integrate them into our bigger purpose. And the way that I like to think of it is that we all have what I like to call true self, right? That's the part of you that is like untouched by the world. That's the part of you, like your soul, like the things that make you you, right? That make you one of a kind. The things that make you undeniably magnetic. And that's your true self, let's say. And then we also have all of these archetypes within us. We all have this, like the queen, the flirt, the mother, the manipulator, like it could be anything. There's a million different archetypes. The seducer, the manipulator, the liar, there's millions of these types of archetypes, and we all have them, and that's okay to have it. But I think the point of self-help is to have your true self driving the bus, and all of these archetypes and all of these parts of yourself are still on the bus, but they're kind of in the back. Like your archetypes are not running the show. Your true self is running the show. Your true self is driving the bus, and all of these different parts of yourself, all of your archetypes are in the back of the bus. Some are more dominant than others. Like some of our archetypes are more dominant than others. Some archetypes only come out in certain situations or when we're around certain people. I've noticed that's interesting. That's an interesting part of human psychology. But the point isn't to try to suppress any of them. Like they all have the right to speak. They all have a right to express themselves. All of these archetypes have a right to express themselves. And I think that's okay as long as they're not running the show, right? As long as like a certain archetype doesn't take over the whole operation and that becomes your true self, right? Like then that's not ideal. So I think it's okay to acknowledge that we all have a million different layers to us, and the more that we grow, the more that we discover new parts of our personalities, and that's okay. That's a part of, being an adult. That's a part of learning and growing. That's a part of self-help. But I think the point is to remember that true self is the one driving the bus. And true self is the one that will, that you want pushing you forward. You want that to be the main thing that people see about you is like your soul, like your magnetism, the thing that makes you the thing that gives you the light of the creator. That's the part of you that you want running the show. And all of these other parts of you can be there in the back, and they can come out to play every now and then, but they're not your true self. And so I think this is important when you are as driven as I am to learn and to grow and to change. I think it's important to realize and to remember that self-help can become self-rejection if we take it too far, and that the real point behind self-help isn't to reject these different archetypes that we all have that are in the back of the bus. It's to notice them and to accept them and to let them express themselves, because they all have wisdom and they all have things that within them that can help you in certain situations, right? Like you don't want to have the same personality type 24/7, 365, like around everybody, around, like you're exactly the same around all of these people in all of these situations. Like sometimes you need the manipulator to come forward a little bit and like help you negotiate this deal. You know what I mean? Like, and that's okay, as long as you remember that the manipulator is just like a part of you, and you have many of these parts, but the part that is driving the bus is true self. And so I think that as long as we all remember that, we can use self-help as it was meant to be used. I talk about this idea about true self and about all of these different archetypes that we have in my latest book called Mastering the Middle. And of course, in the book, I am able to go much deeper on this topic than I can in a YouTube video. And so if this video has been interesting to you, then I would highly recommend that you click the link below and purchase the book. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.